Alright, I'm coming at you with a party build guide. Not even a guide, just a party build breakdown video for you today. Now, I noticed in my first playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, hey, there's a lot of things that let you summon extra things to help you fight. You know, I had like some angels, some elementals, some zombies, a whole bunch of stuff was going on. And I thought, what if you made a party where everybody could summon a bunch of stuff to help them fight? So that's what we're doing with this playthrough. I have 4 different builds. Obviously, no, maybe not obviously, but I believe if you just wanted the most summons possible, you just make 4 necromancy wizards, and I'm pretty sure that would get you the most. Maybe a druid. Actually, maybe 4 druids, because they have the woodland beings, and they can... Anyway, I wanted to have 4 different builds, is my point. So we have 4 different builds here. We have Shadowheart, who is our light domain cleric. We have Gale, who is our necromancy wizard. We have Karlach, who is going to be our Circle of the Spores druid. And we have Will, who is going to be a Beastmaster ranger. Now, a quick little caveat. I believe you could probably... Not I believe. If you wanted to, you can do whatever you want. But I think another good thematic fit for this team would be swapping out one of them, probably the Beastmaster ranger, for a Pact of the Tome Warlock. I don't think the actual subclass matters so much, but I'm pretty sure the Pact of the Tome is going to give you Animate Dead in there. And then I believe it says Book of Shadows when you look at the invocation. I haven't tested it out, but you can get a Book of Shadows thing to give you Conjure Elemental as a Warlock too. In D&D, you need Pact of the Tome in order to get any Book of Shadows related invocations, but I think that might not be the case in BG3. So you could do a Pact of the Chain as well, get your little Imp familiar out, and then you could have the Imp instead of Animate Dead, and then you'd have an Imp, a zombie, and some elementals later on. And that would be similar number of summons to the Ranger that we've got right here. Now, each of these are different builds. They're all going to have different types of summons. There's going to be a little bit of overlap, but they're all going to have something unique about them. Now, the thing about this build, this concept, it takes a little while to get off the ground. Level 3 spells where you get Animate Dead, and before that, you really don't have a whole lot of summons. So we have 2 Find Familiar little ravens out here, the little Quoth, I don't know how to say that. These little birds, they have 1 hit point each. We'll grab them right there, and they have 1 hit point each and only 12 AC, so they're probably going to get hit, and it's probably going to kill them. Any AoE stuff is going to be not good for you. Yeah, they have decently high dexterity for a, summon for a Find Familiar, so, might be useful. They have pretty good mobility with their fly. But the main reason I like them over the other familiars is because their Rend Vision attack can blind a creature. I don't even think there's a save. I think if this hits, they are blinded. Like I don't think that I've ever seen anybody save from that in my limited amount of testing. Because of that, my Beastmaster Ranger, he can also summon a bigger Raven. This one has 13 hit points and 16 AC. And then he also gets additional damage on things that have been marked by Hunter's Mark, which makes him a decent damage dealer. Not like amazing, but considering he's an add-on, pretty decent. So we've got 2 of those from Find Familiar, and then one of the big ones.
Don't burn yourself.
Karlach is our Circle of Spores druid. Now at level 5, she's going to get Animate Dead, which we are not at level 5 yet, so again, it's going to be a big spike at level 5. And then at level 6, she's going to be able to reanimate other corpses with spores. And then she's going to get all the other standard druid stuff at levels 7, 9, 7 and 9. I was going to say an 11, but I don't think there's any more summon spells at 11. So she's going to get some summons. Gale, once again, doesn't have Animate Dead or Conjure Elemental because we're not at level 5 yet. Can't get Animate Dead. But because he's a Necromancer wizard, when he gets Animate Dead, he can actually animate 2 corpses instead of 1. And then when he upcasts it, it'll just be an additional 1 corpse. So he's going to be having an army of zombies by the time we're done here. I believe that only works with Animate Dead. I don't think it goes with Create Undead, the level 6 spell. And then Shadowheart, as a cleric, she's going to have Animate Dead. I believe she can get Create Undead, but she can also get Planar Ally. We're actually going to go with Planar Ally later with her. So she's going to have Animate Dead and Planar Ally. That's it for the permanent summons, but she's also going to have Guardian of Faith, which is kind of a summon. She's also going to have this Spiritual Weapon, which is a temporary summon. And she's also going to have Flaming Sphere, which is why I went Light Domain, because Flaming Sphere is kind of a summon. It's temporary and it requires concentration, so it's like the most debatable on if that's a summoned, you know, pet entity, whatever. But I purely went Light Domain because it gave her this ability, and that's kind of an extra summon. I may change out her domain for something else later, just for more support of a massive amount of entities. But that's the current planned setup. Shadowheart does have the Hellrider's Pride, because when she heals something, it'll gain resistance and also, let's say also Bless, but that's a different item that does that. So when she gets Healing Word, she can just pop off Healing Word and everything is going to get resistance, which is going to be very nice. And also, she has Aid right here, which means these 1 HP things. We're going to hit them with that. Now they have 6 HP, which still isn't a lot, but hey, they might be able to take 1 or 2, maybe, hits before they die. So that's actually going to be a huge boost in survivability for them, and a decent boost in survivability for the rest of the team. And we're going to test this out. We are level 4, so we aren't like super low level, but we're definitely not a high level party by any means. So we are going to test out some stuff here, and I'll give those gloves to Will. Now I haven't bought a whole lot of equipment here, as you can see. Most of this is just your starting stuff that you get automatically. I got caught stealing and went to jail, so that's why Karlak has the majority of our stuff. She opened the chest. I do have some +1 hand crossbows on Will. He is a ranger, so he is still going to be shooting stuff with crossbows. Yeah, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. I'm going to kind of do a little screenshot of how this build works at various stages of the game, probably like a level 4, 5, 7, 9, and 11, just because each time you get new level spell slots, we can get new summons, and it'll be a little bit of a different setup for what you're going to be doing. Yeah, so we're just going to get started right here. We're going to go tell Kaga that we know she's a Shadow Druid and get going.
What is time?
Okay. And this is not a story-based video, but I'm going to let this play out anyway. Just maybe you haven't seen this, maybe you don't know that Kaga's Shadow Druid, haven't found that book, so I'm just going to let this play out.
That damn nose of yours has gone poking in our business.
Mistress Ollerton, I can explain.
Shh, shh. No need. It couldn't be helped.
Koga, what is the meaning of this?
You think yourself quite the spy, don't you? Go on, tell him.
A Shadow Druid? Koga, have you lost your mind?
You and Elsin welcome untouchables to your midst. You defile the grove for the sake of harmony.
Ollerton speaks truth. Who among you disagrees? Who would see this grove in ruin?
The choice is made. Koga, burn the tainted away. Start with the snitch.
As you say, Ollerton.
Now, I could pretty easily get Kaga to be on my side, but I don't like Kaga. I want to kill Kaga. So we're going to do that. Alright, so we're starting off with Will, and then, okay, so we don't have a whole lot of our back-to-back stuff going on, which is a little upsetting. Alright, so honestly, I just want to get Kaga dead as soon as possible. The rest of these guys can mess us up a little bit, but I think Kaga is the main threat. We're going to get a little bit of distance between us and them. We're going to start with Piercing Shot and just try to stay. We missed. Lovely. And I probably should have spread out the party beforehand, but it's fine, whatever. Alright, so we're going to go Flaming Sphere right there, another temporary summon. And then we're going to pull up a... I think that one I can get her to not add her dexterity to AC. We're gonna summon a big old mallet. Alright, we're gonna get the tanky bird to fly in. And I was gonna say hopefully blind her, but that didn't work out. Ooh, okay, only took 1 damage. Yeah, that was a little bird and had no aid. That would have killed it. Yeah, we really gotta separate some people. Yep, so we lost concentration on both of them. We only had the one out. Never mind. Thought we had 2 of them out already. Alright, let's see. Moonbeam is probably going to be the most consistent damage, so let's just throw that right on Kaga. I was kind of hoping she'd lose concentration. We can use our reaction on our turn, which is kind of cool. Let's do that. We can get this bird to maybe blind her. Nope. I'm not going to fly away with that one, because that one will get damaged. Alright, now she is blinded and she's in that moonbeam, which is nice. Again, well, okay, Gale's gone. His Find Familiar is still up until Gale dies, though, I believe. Alright, so we can do Concussive Smash. Alright, she's dazed, which is going to lower her AC quite a bit. Warding Flare is also nice. She'll be able to impose disadvantage on all the little pets that we get. Oh, okay. I'm like, that's not good. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's actually really good. Alright. So, we could either... You know, we're going to actually get him up with Healing Word on Shadowheart's turn. For Will's turn, we are just going to attack Kaga. Alright. And when she's blinded, I also get advantage on her. And then with that dazed, what's her... Her dex is 16, so that actually is dropping her AC by 3 by having her dazed, which is kind of nice. Alright, we're going to pop Gale up right there with our bonus action. And then she is still blind, so Gale's probably not going to get hit. But I still don't like the odds there. I could do Blade Ward on Gale and just make him resist whatever damage comes in, but I think that's overkill. I think she's gonna... I'm gonna eat my words. I don't think she's gonna be able to kill Gale on her 1 turn there. I'm actually gonna use, what's this called? Radiance of the Dawn, big AoE. When you've got a bunch of pets everywhere, I also figured this would be nice to just whittle down everything a little bit. So like the pet's little attacks are going to be enough to kill what's left over type of mindset. I don't know how good that's going to work out, but in theory I feel like that's alright. Ooh, okay, critical hit, and then it reapplied blinded for another turn. Okay, so Kaga's getting pretty messed up. Yeah, Moonbeam, she doesn't need to see very well for that. I should have thought that through a bit better. And then we lost our Moonbeam, so... I could just redo Moonbeam. Yeah, Gale is looking pretty hurt there. He does have some failed death saving throws already. Okay. We're gonna go... Oh, I'm ensnared. I can't go do that. Alright, well I'm gonna throw a potion on Gale then. I don't think that's gonna hit Shadowheart. It's weird finding the area that those potions will hit. Yeah, there we go. We'll at least get Gale up. And then our reaction attack on Kaga. That's nice to have that every turn. Like, it's not a lot of damage, but it is nice to just always have that available. Alright, our birds are gonna start pecking at her. Trying to peck at her. Okay, now Gale actually gets a turn, finally. I think I'm just going to have him Misty Step the hell out of there. Because now with Kaga being blinded, she actually can't cast Moonbeam that far. Alright, and this might kill? No, did not. Okay. Alright, so these guys can Wild Shape. The fact that they haven't yet is a little surprising. Alright, how much hit points does Kaga have? Just 4. So How does that have a minimum of 8 damage? Whatever, I'll take it. Alright, yeah, so that should kill Kaga. Beautiful. And then 33 health, 39 health. Let's just start getting that one down. There we go, wild shaping. Now, like, the good news is they don't deal a whole lot of damage when they're wild shaped, but it's just free hit points for them. Alright, that's gonna be... There we go. We hit both of them and not our guy. Yeah, right there's a sweet spot. And then... Yeah, Karlak's looking a little hurt. And then we got... Could go to this one. Just because they're farther away, they're going to be harder for us to get to. Moonbeam right there. And then our reaction damage on him. And I think we can go over here and just peck him a couple of times. Blind. That one actually didn't get blinded. I'll try and blind to that one. We might have been able to deal enough damage to that one to kill with Moonbeam, but I don't know. Ooh, missed again. Okay. That was on our team and our Moonbeam just killed it. I'm glad that didn't aggro Wrath there. I also have Mage Hand for an extra summon, but I don't know. I'm not confident enough to start using that one in combat. If it was like normal Mage Hand where it would stay out permanently, maybe. Alright. Yeah, let's hit this one because then Moonbeam will just kill it. So she's surrounded, gonna get two missed opportunity attacks. What is her AC? Alright, we got another crow now. Alright, or a raven. Alright, and yeah, let's just pop. Okay, Moonbeam killed that one just like we planned. And should be dead. Alright, so as you could tell right away, Flaming Sphere is definitely the one that's, you know, debatable and probably getting knocked off the list because Shadowheart summoned up a Flaming Sphere, and then I don't even think it got an attack out before it died. So Flaming Sphere is definitely negotiable as to whether or not it counts as a summon. And considering Shadowheart's going to have, you know, the spiritual weapon and Guardian of Faith, and later on a planar ally, I think she's fine to not have Flaming Sphere, even though I did pick Light Domain purely for Flaming Sphere. So we'll see how that develops. Maybe we'll have room to grab her a feat to get proficiency or advantage on Constitution saving throws. We'll see. But that was our snapshot of what a level 4 summoning party looks like. We could have popped out a couple of extra mage hands, but in my experience those don't last very long either, especially because they have the 10 turn limit. You can't cast them ahead. I mean, I guess you could cast them ahead of time, but not too far ahead of time. Like, these guys are just out until they die. So anyway, that was it. We'll do a video at level 5 when we get a couple of extra things. We'll do one at level 7, we get some extra things, 9, some extra things. So we'll do this as this party's leveling up, show you how that type of party kind of evolves, and I will see you guys in the next one.